What's good, squad? Is the big homie SB23 back at you with some more words of wisdom. Today we're going to talk about how to know you're divinely protected. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. SB23 on YouTube, Chosen123 on YouTube. Those are both my channels. You'll get these gems on both channels. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for stopping through, hanging out with me, soaking up the knowledge, spreading it to whoever might need it. I'm hoping that you're having a good day, and I'm spreading love out your way. So, how to know you're divinely protected? And for this, again, it's a very simple concept. Divine protection means that you can pass through situations and basically come out unscathed. So, let's say you find yourself in a scenario, and any scenario, it could be anything, and it's seeming like things aren't going your way, or like in the beginning of it, it feels like it's not going your way. You're like, man, why are things going wrong? You know, it seems like everything I'm doing is not panning out the way I want to. When you have a deeper understanding of how the universe works, and if you've been moving within the right energy, oftentimes things that seemingly are not going your way, to you, from your perspective, on a broader, more higher up point of view, it is going your way. And it's not until you go through it and then look back at it that you realize, like, oh, that actually worked out in my favor. So it could be anything. Again, you could lose a job, you can a relationship could fall apart, you can a vehicle could go down, lose your house, whatever the case may be. A multitude of things can happen. Maybe you get injured in some sort of way, like physically. All those things happen to you, but sometimes, or more often than not, those things that happen, again, if you've been moving within the right energy, those things are blessings. Like it might happen because you need to slow down. You might need to take a break, and within that circumstance, it forces you to slow things down within your life. And now you don't have any choice but to sit and reflect on how things are going in your life, and then formulate a way to move differently in order to right those things, or just reflect and start to clean up your energy. So again, it could be anything. And really, you'll know if you're divinely protected because the scenario in any normal circumstance would be detrimental or a hindrance to somebody, but for you, you seemingly go through it and nothing actually happens to you. Like, yeah, it feels like something's happening in the moment, outside of like if something physical happens to you, like if you break, if you break a bone, or if you fracture something, or what I mean, something actually happens to you, then yeah, you feel that. But I'm speaking more on the things like that aren't a physical detriment, a physical injury. I'm speaking on other things, like life circumstances. You seemingly come through it and you're unscathed. Nothing happens to you. You walk through the fire, but you didn't get burnt. You know what I mean? So I could speak on a multitude of situations in my life. When you're at your core, moving with pure intent and purpose, even if you're not quite moving in the way that you would like to, or in your best version of yourself. Let's say if you've been doing things that aren't likened to what you would like to be or hold yourself to in life. When I was younger, I'll give you a perfect example. When I was younger and I was running the streets, when I was trying to figure out what it was to be in this world, and what it took to be a man, and all these things, I was running the streets and doing things that put me in situations that I didn't have to be in. Because, you know, when you're young and you're trying to make something happen, you're out there doing anything. So you're doing anything to make a dollar. So you're hustling and, you know, doing whatever you got to do to make your funds so you can survive. And that will, when you're in that street life, you get put into different situations that, you know, the everyday normal person who doesn't know what that's like wouldn't face. And again, so let's say you're doing that, and because you're doing that, that is, again, leading you down a darker path, but the core of you is pure and not trying to hurt nobody. You just trying to make some money. So I got put in a whole bunch of different situations from that scenario, to where you find yourself in a scenario where your life can be taken from you in an instance. You know what I'm saying? So what do I mean by that? Like, you get into a situation and let's say somebody pulls a weapon out on you. And I've had that happen to me a multitude of times, and on different scenarios, not even like hustle related. Just being on the block, and let's say you have an issue with somebody, you know what I'm saying? And let's say they're not willing to throw hands with you, or they're not confident in their skill set to beat you physically, so they feel like they got to pull out a weapon on you. I've had those instances happen to me a multitude of times, and the reason why I say I know I'm divinely protected is because as many times as I found myself in that situation, nothing ever came of that. You know what I mean? And it easily could have went the other way. Like, I easily could have been taken out of here, out of this existence, in the blink of an eye. Because when emotions are high, and especially when it's between men, and egos flare up, that's when things can turn from a typical argument, you know, that you might have between two men who are seeing eye to eye, who might be butting heads, to I gotta uphold my pride and my ego in front of all these other men so I don't appear weak. You know what I mean? So in all those instances, I could have been taken out of here, you know what I mean? Because of somebody else's low self-esteem or low sense of ability to defend themselves physically. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm divinely protected, because out of all of those instances, and I have had many of those instances, it's not even just like once or twice, I've had many of those instances, and nothing ever panned from it. And I firmly believe, and no, I don't even believe, I know it's because I'm divinely protected. And it's because of how I carry myself. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we see it on the news every day, to how people are taken out of here for lesser situations, you know? Just because somebody feels some type of way, and then somebody pulls a weapon out, and then that person loses their life. You know what I mean? And that's just one instance. There's been plenty of instances, and I'm just speaking on, you know, my own street experiences. But even outside of the street experiences, there's been plenty of times to where I've been in situations that seemingly like a group of people were coming after me energetically and trying to demean and stain my name and do everything possible to bury me, not physically, but bury me in the sense of attacking different portions of my life. So be it financial, or again, my character, you know, trying to slander my name to other people, you know, all these things, man, a bunch of stuff. And I've always come out better on the end of it because of how I handle it. I never combat that stuff with the same energy. I always let people do what they're gonna do, and I let my actions speak for themselves. And because of that, I receive divine protection because I'm not stooping down to a level that they're at. I'm rising above it, and I'm letting the powers that be handle that situation for me as I walk and uphold my honor and integrity. You know what I'm saying? So that's more of what I mean. It's like when you walk through that fire, or where you walking within that darkness, you got to understand that you have protection. And again, if you've been moving and spreading the right energy into the world, then when those times happen, you are going to receive divine protection. Things will move in your way, the way that you need them to line up, so that you don't even whatever somebody's trying to do to you, be it physical, emotional, spiritual, there's nothing that can be done, because you are divinely protected because of the way that you move around and how you treat people. So, my message on here is always that I'm spreading love and positivity. And because of that, that's why I receive the protection I do. So, and when I tell people that all the time, like, even my mom, sometimes my mom will be saying some stuff to me, and she'll be like, be careful, man, because she calls me man. She'll be like, be careful, man, when you're doing, whatever it is that we're talking about. And I'll tell her, like, oh, don't worry about it, I'm divinely protected. And it's just a fact. It's true. Like, every scenario I can think about, there's been so many throughout my life that I can look back and reflect on, and sometimes it even amazes me that I make it through how I make it through. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you understand how this thing works, and you understand that you got a team behind you, and the team that I'm talking about is the team that you can't see but you feel. It's energy. It's your ancestors. It's the spirits behind you. It's the universe. It is the energy that's working around and through you. When you can harness and tap into that energy and utilize its power, then you don't walk around in fear. That's why I don't walk around in fear, because I understand that I have protection. I have a whole army of angels and ancestors walking with me. I'm never alone. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can walk through the darkness by myself and come out just fine, because I'm not afraid, because I understand that the energy that's behind me is bigger than just me. That's why I can walk through the fire and come out unburnt. You know what I'm saying? When people try to throw flames on me, it can't touch me, because it's like I have protection. There's a force field that's surrounding me that keeps me from being put in harm's way. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has access to that. It's just having the knowledge and understanding that it's there, and making sure that you're walking within the right energy to utilize that protection. Now, if you are moving in ways that is not good for yourself and is hurting other people around you, you're going to lose your divine protection, because you are not understanding how the world works. And again, what do I always say and talk about on this channel is that it all starts from energy. So if your energy is manipulative in a negative way, if you are throwing shade on somebody, or evil eye, or if you're talking down on somebody, or if you're looking down on somebody, or if you're taking the time out of your day to make somebody feel bad, even if they don't know what you're talking about, even if you're saying it to other people and this person doesn't hear it coming directly from you, just the simple fact that you uttered something negative about somebody else out of your mouth into the world, it's going to come back on you, because whatever energy you put out is going to come back to you. Law of attraction says you're not going to receive what you want. You're going to receive who you are. So if you're walking with negative energy, then you're going to get negative energy regardless of however much you want to manifest something. when you do manifest something, whatever it is that you want to manifest, it's going to be in a negative energy. So when you get it, it's not going to be what you think it's going to be, because you've been walking with negative energy. So again, when you understand that it's energy first, then you understand that words matter, you would take the time to think about what you're going to say before you say it to anybody. Even if you're thinking it to yourself, you don't even have to say it out loud. Even if you're thinking these thoughts to yourself, it's the same thing, because it's the energy that you have within you. You know what I'm saying? I always say we are all projectors. We all project either goodness from within us or negativity from within us. So it's you pick which one you want. You want to come back to you. So if you want goodness to come back, you project out goodness then. If you want negativity to come back, then you keep moving however you feel like you need to move to have that come to you. But for me personally, I'm going to continue to put out love and positivity out into the universe so that I keep my divine protection, because I've seen it for my own. You know when you're divinely protected, because things will happen for you and you don't even know. It's like a miracle. Literal miracles happen and you don't even know how. You just know that it wasn't you that did that, and you can see things line up, and you'll be like, if you're paying attention, you see it line up, and then you thank the universe, man, thank you so much for providing that for me, because I really needed that in that scenario, and it panned out exactly how I needed it. So when you're doing, it's so simple. When you're doing right things are going to happen for you. When you're doing wrong things are going to happen for you. And there's a price to pay. Cause and effect. There's a price to pay for whatever you do. So what price do you want to get? Do you want to get a nice refund, or do you want to get a bad refund from whatever it is that you're putting out? And it's that simple, y'all. To be divinely protected is that simple. If you got love and positivity, and you treat everybody around you the same way, if you treat not only just the people, but the objects that you have, the animals that are within your care, your house, your car, if you treat it with respect and integrity, and you cherish it, then you're going to receive that, protection, because you are putting that energy out into the world. But the minute you try to act like something or somebody within your life has no value, then you're telling the universe that you have no value. And now you're going to lose your protection and your ability to manifest things, because you're stripping yourself of your own power. And that's what I realized. I was always able to have blessings happen, but when I was moving in those shadowy type ways and that negativity, it was harder to make things happen. But the minute that I cleared up my energy and started to move within the right way, and chose love and positivity over everything, and no matter what, I show people gratitude and appreciation regardless of how they might treat me. If they come in my presence, I'm always going to treat them the same way, with respect and dignity. I saw a complete change within my life. It's that simple. So that's how you keep your protection, because the universe remembers those things. And that's what we got to understand too. Like the energies that surround us, again, our angels, our ancestors, they're with us, they're watching. So if you're doing stuff and it's not likened to what they perceive to be good, or the quality of what they see you in, then they're not going to back you, But if you're moving in the right ways that you need to, and they see that you're actually trying to do the right things and progressing in life, and treating things the way that you need to, and people the way that you need to or should, then you're going to have that backing. They're going to swoop in and help you through. They're going to guide you through scenarios that you might not feel like you can make it through, or they're going to keep you from scenarios that might harm you. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it'll be simple things that you won't even know. Like, let's say if you were going to leave your house and go somewhere, and you're heading out, and then you realize you forgot something. you go back into the house, and then when you go back and you leave and you're on your journey and you come across this accident that was on the street, like a big car pile up or something like that, you might not even realize that had you been on your regular timing, you would have been in that accident. But your angels looked out for you, you know, in whatever way, and had you, you know, on that day to where you might not never, you don't forget, and you don't forget nothing ever, you know what I'm saying? Or you don't normally do that. But on that day you did, you ended up going back in the house. That's another way to show that you were protected, because that was something that happened out of the blue that doesn't normally happen. But those are the type of things that will be placed within your reality to help you get around circumstances or get through a circumstance that you might not even realize. But if you're paying attention, you'll pick up on these things and you'll start to acknowledge it, and then you'll get more of those things happening for you, because now you're understanding how these things work. You know what I'm saying? So it's very simple, you know, to be divinely protected. It's just to walk within the right energy, like I always say. Treat people fairly, treat people kindly, treat people with respect and dignity. Don't look down on them if they're in a rut or something like that, and you know, maybe they were up here at one point and then but they came down here, and whatever it is, financial, emotional, whatever it can be, don't look down on somebody because they're having a down moment, because we all have down moments and we're all human. We're all the same, outside of our slight differences, but we're all built off the same makeup. So we should be uplifting each other and helping each other to all receive divine protection. You know what I'm saying? Spread the knowledge to whoever might need it, so that their life can go better and they can start to reap the benefits of moving in positivity, instead of being rooted in negativity and wondering why things aren't going the way that you want them to go. You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. So again, divine protection is simple. You know, move in the right ways that you need to move. Respect people, respect yourself. More importantly, respect yourself, because if you respect yourself, you're going to naturally respect people around you, and you'll have it. It's very, very simple. It's not, you know, this group of people is chosen to have that type of ability and you're not. No, when we are all brung here to this existence, we all have the capabilities of receiving the same energy from the universe. It's just whether or not you're aware enough to tap into it. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I'm doing these videos, so that you can soak up what I'm saying, think about it, and then try it for yourself. If you're in a rut right now, what harm would it do for you to start doing things differently? You know, if you want your life to go better, if you're cool being in that rut and being down in those negative spaces, then fine, do what you got to do. But if you're tired of that and you want to make a change, then all it is very simple. All you got to do is just make a choice to start moving in a different way. Start cleaning up your energy and moving in positive ways. And then I guarantee you, it's not even something that I guarantee it, that the minute that you start to respect yourself, treat yourself better, you're naturally going to start to treat people around you better, and you're going to have a better quality of existence. And then things are going to start going your way. And I promise you, the only reason why things aren't going your way now is because you're moving in a negative mindset and energy space, and you've blocked off your blessings. You've taken your own protection away from yourself. You have nobody to blame but you. So again, by cleaning up the energy and starting to move in the ways that not only are going to make you feel better, but are going to make other people around you feel better. Once you start to appreciate and cherish the things that you have and not take them for granted, I promise you, guarantee it, that your life is going to change exponentially. It's going to take some time to get past that negative momentum that you had. But if you stay consistent in doing positive things and taking out negative things in your life, I promise you, guaranteed, that your life is going to get exponentially better each day that you do it, each week that you do it, each month that you do it, each year that you do it. Your life is going to continue to grow. And at one point, you're going to look back and say, I don't know what took me so long to make that decision. And I know this to be a fact because I've done this in my own life. But all right, y'all, it's the big homie. I'm a holla.